amazing video. So today it is Vlogmas day 5. So in today's video we're going to be talking about what I learned as a transfer student. I talk about me being a transfer student all the time in face-to-face conversations, over the phone, in my YouTube. So I think it's only right to talk about what I've learned as a transfer student. It is currently December, so I'm coming up on my first semester of being a Newman student. It's almost over. And I'm not new to this whole college thing, so I felt like this was like the best time to talk about my transfer experience while Goldie Beacom is still nice and fresh in my head. So I'm going to go over 4 points as to why, what I learned about my transfer experience. Before we get into it, make sure to like this video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Vlogmas. I've made it far. I must say, I have made it far so far. And yeah, let's get right into this video. So first thing that I learned as a transfer student is that all problems probably won't be gone. I have my notes right here, by the way, too. Yeah, they probably won't be gone. One of the biggest problems that I had with Goldie Beacom was that sports players got all of the shine, and a lot of other clubs and activities and just students who weren't involved in any of that stuff and varsity sports just weren't looked at as equals and weren't really given any time of day. And I would say that that's sort of the same here, not anywhere near as extreme, but I do play a sport. I'm on the dance team, and I have noticed like a difference between club sports and varsity sports and how they're treated, how information is relayed down, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So like, if you are planning on transferring, or if you're thinking about transferring, remember that, you know, like, your reason for transferring can't just be that, oh, all my problems will be gone, because it's a high chance that the place that you're going to will have the same exact problems. Honestly, a lot of colleges and universities have these exact same situations. One group is being treated, quote unquote, better than the other, getting more attention, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's just like that was the problem for me, but it may be a different problem for you. But I would say that's what I learned. And I hope this is making sense. If you're transferring and thinking that, oh, the university I'm going to isn't going to have this problem, it just might. So keep that in mind. The next thing that I learned is that new problems will arise. So, you know, I love Newman University. I am so happy that I transferred. I cannot express that enough. But being here, there has definitely been problems that I did not have at Goldie Beacom that I now do have here. But that, like, all that comes with the school. You know, no school is going to be perfect. And so, yeah, I mean, just make sure that, I feel like this is now becoming an advice video, but, you know, make sure that if you are planning on transferring or choosing a school in general, you know, make sure that you are in love with that school so much so that if there are problems that do arise, can you still, you know, truck through those things and get those years done. Next thing is that the next thing that I learned is that there are way more opportunities for more fun times. And this varies from person to person, but, you know, if we're being 100% honest, at Goldie Beacom I was not having fun. Like, I was not having fun there. And one of the wants, not needs, but one of my desires that I had for my new school was that there was going to be more stuff for students to be involved in, more stuff for students to be in. And I definitely found that here, and I'm so grateful that I did. But especially with coming to a new school, there's always going to be more opportunities to have more fun. You know, I find myself You know, there's so many things that I want to be included in, you know, that I haven't gotten a chance to be included in because I just don't have enough time in the week to be involved in it. But I think I wasn't really expecting that when I came here. I was expecting, you know, like, I knew I wanted to be on the dance team or the cheer team before I came here. So that was already going to be like an opportunity for more fun. But I have found so many other things that I'm a part of now that are so much fun that I just wasn't expecting to find. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. And then the last thing that I learned as a transfer, I mean, I learned so much as a transfer student, but the last thing I want to talk about in this video is that no one will know. No one will know that you're a transfer student unless you say something. I have found like this little community of transfer students that is so awesome. But I never would have found them if I did not say that I was a transfer student. The amazing thing that Newman does is that they have, before you even start attending the school, they have a transfer open house session where all transfer students can come in and be around other transfers just like them, and sort of start to get to know people who have sort of been through like the same type of experiences. They're coming from a new school, they're not new to this whole college thing, because that can be like really daunting and really challenging. I know at my previous school, Goldie Beacom, the community was honestly like, if we don't know you, it's going to be really hard to try and fit into a group, especially if you're an upperclassman. If you are, you know, a freshman, no one's going to know you. Like, you're fine, but especially trying to blend in with, what am I trying to say? If I was to be transferring to Goldie Beacom, let's say, and I was a junior, so I was going to be transferring in as a junior, it would be really hard for me to find a group of people to call my own unless I was joining a sport. But a group of people to call my own, because it was very much so tight-knitted groups, and trying to enter into that new group would be hard unless you wanted to be friends with like freshmen, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that. But unless you were trying to go back some grades, some years, and be close with freshmen who are still new to college and stuff like that, it was just really hard to do that at Goldie Beacom. But here, I feel like while there are like those groups of people, it's really not as prevalent here. And so like no one knew that I was a transfer student. So meaning no one knew that I wasn't here before, and no one really cared if I was their friend last year or not. Like, no one knows, which was something that I was like a little bit worried about. Like, oh my gosh, are they gonna know that I'm a transfer? Like, am I gonna be able to make a, you know, friend group, etc., etc., etc. And I did. So yeah, I honestly could not be happier with my university. But like I said, we do have our problems, but I love it here and I'm so glad. And if you are thinking about transferring, I would highly recommend that you take the time out to really deeply pray about it, because the more you pray, I mean, God is not, you know, just ignoring you. God will reveal the answer to you in His time. So yeah. Okay, that's it. I mean, I feel like I was just rambling on and on for ages. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like it, guys. Please, please. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Vlogmas. I already discussed it in a previous video, but Vlogmas is not just going to be vlogs this year. It's going to be videos like this, also where I'm sitting down and just talking it up, chatting it up. And yeah, it's going to be a nice little one-on-one session, you and me. All right. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.